Okay guys, so for today's class we just gonna continue where we stopped last time. Okay, previously you learned about the elements. Okay, now we continue with the compounds. Okay, this is the same chapter. Okay, so what is a compound? Okay, this is a definition. Okay, so a compound is a substance formed when two or more elements are chemically bonded together. Okay, this is other definition for compound. Remember that. Okay, so during the formation of a compounds, energy is either taken in or given out in the chemical reaction. Okay, so the energy may be in the form of heat, light, or both. Okay, so below here, so the table shows some of the common compounds and their constituent elements. Okay, water compound, we call water as a compound. So let's see the elements that you can find here from the water. Let's say you have 2 atoms of hydrogens and 1 atom of, this one should be oxygen. Okay, sorry, oxygen, 1 atom of oxygen, 2 atoms of hydrogen. Okay, so don't get mistake from here. Okay, this actually is a oxygen. Okay, so sodium chloride, which is a table salt. Okay, so sodium stands for this. Okay, you have the 1 atom of sodium plus with 1 atom of chlorine. Okay, for carbon dioxide. Okay, so let's see the elements here. Okay, so you have 1 atom of carbon and then 2 atoms of oxygen. Okay, dioxide, di which means is a 2. Okay, di means 2, oxide means oxygen. Okay, so you have 2 atoms of oxygen. Okay, sulfur dioxide, so you have a 1 atom of sulfur. Okay, and then you have again dioxide, which means you have 2 atoms of oxygen. Okay, hydrogen chloride. Okay, you have 1 atom of hydrogen plus with 1 atom of chlorine. Okay, so these are the constituent of element of each of the compound here. Okay, move on to the next slide. Okay, compounds. Okay, properties of compounds. Compounds. Okay, compounds can be broken down by chemical means and not physical means. You must use a chemical to break this compound. Okay, to break this circle thing. Okay, so this chemical means may involve heating, passing electricity through or exposure to light. Okay, the process or the method, of how you can break this compound, is using heat, and also electricity or light. Okay, so the end product of this is a simpler form of matter. Okay, let's say you break this down. Okay, let's say this C2 carbon. Okay, C stands for carbon. This one. Okay, if you break this compound, so now you become a one single carbon. Okay, something like that, simpler compound or elements. Okay, so they have properties that are different from its constituent elements. Okay, if you already let's say you separate this C2. Okay, if you separate this, now you have different properties. Okay, so their constituent elements are always present in fixed proportions. Okay, if C2, so which means the carbon atom must be 2 atoms. Okay, C3, so it must be have C3. Okay, something like that. Okay, must be fixed. Okay, it cannot be changed. Okay, if we change this number, so which means it's a different compound. Okay, different things. So all water molecules consist of 1 atom of oxygen and 2 atoms of hydrogen only. For example, like this one. Okay, microscopic, which means very small view of the particles of a compound, water. Okay, the bigger here is called oxygen. The smaller white circle is a hydrogen. Here's H2. Okay, so H2, so which means you have 2 hydrogen atom, 1 and 2. Okay, O, so this is the bigger one. Okay, O, oxygen. Okay, compounds are formed from a simpler substance by chemical reactions. Okay, some compounds can be formed directly from their constituent elements. Okay, for example, like elements plus with elements. Okay, which let's say example here, iron plus with oxygen. Okay, it will form rust, or known as a ferrous oxide. Okay, magnesium plus with oxygen, both are elements. Okay, magnesium is a metal, oxygen is a non-metal. Okay, if you heat this let's say this element, it will combine together, form as a magnesium oxide. For hydrogen and nitrogen, okay, hydrogen gas and nitrogen gas, if you're mixing them up, okay, it will form into ammonia. Okay, some compounds are formed from the reaction of element and compound. For example, like the next one, okay, elements plus with compound. Methane is a compound because you have different atoms, okay, C and H, okay, they both are different, right? So we call it as a compound plus with elements, which is the oxygen. Oxygen is the element. If you let's say heat these two things, okay, two chemical here, it will form into water and carbon dioxide. Same goes to this one, okay. Sodium is the elements, okay. Below here is the symbol, okay. Okay, below here is the symbol for this element, this compound and this element. Methane is CH4, oxygen is O2, water is H2O, carbon dioxide is CO2. Okay, and then move on to the next one. Sodium is Na, hydrochloric acid is a compound, HCl. Okay, hydrogen mixed with chlorine, okay, known as a hydrochloric acid. Okay, if you heat these two things, okay, you will form into sodium chloride, compound NaCl plus with hydrogen, yes, H2. Okay, this is elements plus compound. Okay, for this one is compound plus compound. Okay, this is compound, this is compound. Okay, sodium hydroxide, sodium is Na. Okay, this symbol you can find from the periodic table. Okay, you can find from the periodic table. Okay, sodium is Na, the symbol. Hydroxide, the symbol is OH. Plus with hydrochloric acid, hydro stand for the H, chloric stand for the Cl. Hydrogen mixed with chlorine, okay, it will form into hydrochloric acid. So if you heat these two compounds, it will form into sodium chloride, NaCl. Na is sodium, Cl is chloride, water, okay, H2O. Okay, then the last example here, potassium hydroxide. K stand for potassium hydroxide. Okay, this one and this one are the same, so OH. Plus with hydrochloric acid, okay, HCl, it will form into potassium chloride, KCl, plus with water. Okay. Okay, so decomposition of compounds. Compounds can only be broken down into simpler substance by chemical reactions. Okay, must involve chemical. Okay, if no chemically involved, you cannot separate the compounds. Okay, one of the most common method is to apply heat. Okay, and thermal decomposition will occur. If you apply heat, okay, so thermal decomposition will occur. For example, like under heat, okay, calcium carbonate, this is a compound, okay, decompose, which means separate. Okay, separates to carbon dioxide and calcium oxide. Okay, this is a compound. If you apply heat, okay, this compound will decompose, okay, or you mean separate to CO2. CO2 is carbon dioxide, okay, and calcium, okay, CaO, okay, Ca is calcium, oxide is O. Okay, another method is, as I mentioned earlier, okay, is to pass electricity, okay, through the compound. This process is called electrolysis. Okay, so when water is electrolyzed, okay, hydrogen and oxygen is collected. Okay, if you separate the water, the symbol, the chemical symbol is H2O. Okay, if you separate the H2O, it will give you hydrogen and oxygen gas is collected. Okay, certain compounds are sensitive to light, okay, and exposing them to light will lead to decomposition. For example, like silver bromide. Okay, silver bromide, okay, is found in photographic film. Okay, it will separate when exposed to light. Okay, how it separate becomes silver and bromine. Okay. Okay, now we go to the last subtopic, okay, which is a mixture. Okay, so what is a mixture? Okay, the definition for mixture. Okay, so a mixture consists of two or more substances which are not chemically bonded together. Mixture is, okay, there are no chemical involved, okay, but are physically combined. Okay, a mixture can contain element, compounds, or both. Mixture can contain substances that are solid, liquid, or gas. For example, a salt solution is a mixture that consists of solid sodium chloride dissolved in water. Okay, so these are the example of a mixture. Okay, you have the rock mixture of different kinds of rock. Okay, this rock is made up of different types of rock combined together. Okay, and then it will give you another type of rock. Okay, and then you have the sandwich. Okay, mixture of bread. Okay, you have the bread, you have the meat, tomato, and lettuce. Okay, so you form into sandwich. We call this a mixture. Okay, soda, mixture of sugar and water. Okay, lime juice, mixture of lime, sugar, salt, and water. Okay, so all of these physically combined. Okay, all of them are physically combined, which means you still can separate them. Okay, through physical. Okay, for example, like sandwich. Okay, as you know, it's a mixture of bread, meat, and tomato. Okay, so you still can separate the bread and meat and tomatoes, right, from the sandwich. Okay, so we call that as a mixture. Okay, can be physically separated the, let's say, the elements. Okay. Okay, properties of a mixture. There is no fixed proportion. Okay, no fixed. Okay, the number is not fixed of a substance that make up the mixture. Okay, so for example, like okay, the sandwich. Okay, you can either use 2 bread. Okay, the meat you can put another. Okay, maybe extra large meat. Okay, for something like this. Okay, the proportion is not fixed. Okay, a mixture often retains the individual properties of the substance that make up the mixture. For example, like the salt solution tastes salty due to the salt dissolved. Okay, no energy is taken in or given out. Okay, during the formation of the mixture. So mixture, unlike compounds, they are relatively easier to separate as they can be separated by physical means. Okay, as I say, you can use your hand to separate the sandwich. Okay, so microscopic view of the particulars of a mixture, which is the air. Okay, you have the water. Okay, you have the oxygen, nitrogen. Okay, they all are different kind of type of gas. Okay, so the formation of mixture, there is no exchange of energy when the mixture is formed. For example, like mixture can be formed by mixing elements together. Okay, so let's say the metal alloys. Okay, like a brass, this one. Brass is a mixture of zinc and copper. Okay, so this is the alloy, something like this. Okay, steel is a mixture of iron and carbon. Bronze is a mixture of copper and selenium. Okay, so it could also be formed by mixing an element with a compound. Okay, the atmosphere contains a mixture of gases. For this one, this pie chart show you that okay, in atmosphere you find nitrogen, okay, oxygen, and also other gases. Okay, so all of them are the mixture. Okay, and then lastly, a mixture can also be formed by mixing compounds with compounds. Okay, for example, like a salt solution is formed by dissolving salt. Okay, NaCl. Salt is a NaCl, the symbol, into water, H2O. Okay, they're also known as a mixture. Okay, now we go to the last one here. Okay, comparing the elements, compound, and a mixture. So these are the elements. Okay, it can be exist atoms or molecules. Okay, a molecule, which means the same atom. Okay, let's say bind together. Okay, attach together. Okay, attach. Atom is only single. Okay. For compound, you have different types of molecules or elements that attach together. Mixture, you can find a different type of molecules or atoms or compound they are together. Okay, elements made up of only one kind of atom. Let's see the difference here. For compound, made up of for more than one atom. Mixture, made up of more than one kind of molecule. Okay, elements cannot be broken down by chemical means. Okay, compound can be broken down by chemical means. That's using chemical. Okay. Mixture can be separated by physical means. Okay, can be used your hand. For example, like the sandwich. Okay, for elements has the same properties as the atoms making it up. Okay, compounds has different properties from the elements making it up. For mixture has same properties as the substance making it up. Okay, elements has the same properties throughout. Okay, compound has the same properties throughout also. But for mixture, because you have different types, right? Different types of, let's say, different types of gas, different types of liquid. Okay, they are mixing together, so they will have different properties throughout. Okay, so please memorize. Okay, please understand the difference between the elements, compounds, and mixture. Okay guys, so thank you for today class. Okay, and thank you for watching this video.